Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for the second installment of our new series, Triumph Black Leaders in Cybersecurity. I'm Delisha Hodo, and I'm the undergraduate student advisor for SANS Technology Institute, also known as SANS.edu, and also the co chair of the SANS+HBCU Committee. And today I am joined by Darold Kelley Jr., who's the president and CEO of the Black Cybersecurity Association. And this life changing organization actually recently won the Gullah Tech grant. So they're actually the first place winners of that. So congratulations to you, Daryl, and your organization. Thank you again so much for joining us today. And for those out there who are watching right now who may not know of you or BCA, do you mind sharing a little bit about your background and how you discovered cyber?
Absolutely. Thank you. Just wanted to say thank you so much, Ms. Delisha, for inviting us to be able to speak. We truly, truly appreciate it. It is an honor to be here. And I also wanted to say, like, I always say to all of our members, this is our organization. I don't like the I, me, my minds type mentality. So this is organization that is of us, for us, and by us. So I'm just happy about that. A little bit about my personal background in cyber. I don't know. I was studying politics, political science at Howard University, and I wanted to work for government, and the computer science majors got more government jobs than political science majors. And so I was like, hey, look, I was looking for something cool to do. I stumbled upon cybersecurity, and eventually, I was thinking more about compliance at first, but naturally, politics and compliance, so a little bit of the same thing. But I just started learning how to code, became a software engineer, and the rest is history.
Thank you for sharing that. I think that's so unique and interesting that you went in for political science, wanting to work with government, but then you kind of made this pivot into cybersecurity, noticing that, hey, everyone in computer science is having a little bit more fun. So what do I need to do to the transition? So I think that speaks to a lot of individuals who may have majored in something like political science or a social science type liberal background, but they have that passion, that interest in the cyber, and that, hey, it's possible for you. It's something that you've done and totally took over and said, hey, I'm going to take it a step further and help diversify this field that I'm so passionate about now. So I think that's really important. And I appreciate you sharing that part of your journey. And I know you mentioned being a product of some would call the real HU. That's up for debate. Howard University, as well as the University of District Columbia, UDC. What did you love most about your experience at Howard and currently at UDC, and how has that prepared you for the path that you're on now, being this great leader and pushing forward the culture with cybersecurity?
Um, I want to say that like Howard University, and UDC as well, has provided me some of the best experience. Since I would trade. I can't. I can only try to begin to describe it. It's just but more than even inside. Like, of course, they have like a rigorous curriculum that teaches hard skills that that include but aren't listening to limited to like critical analysis and things like that, policy, things like that, knowing a lot about history. But what I want to say, the real rewards came outside of the classroom, marching to the Capitol, and trying to, and actually our putting these things, like seeing our protests actually take fruition at the White House. For those who don't know, the Howard's in the middle of Washington D.C. So I came through around the time that the Trayvon Martin incident happened, and needless to say, we were upset. So like, I want to say Howard University students, we ended up in the news by in our protest lane, holding up. I know a lot of people don't see value in holding up traffic, holding up, marching with signs, and actually fighting for what we believe in. But we had a massive effect, and we wanted to make sure that we was heard. So I want to say Howard University instilled values in me and taught me what was important about about a demographic of people that a lot of people, and me included, didn't know we were. I didn't know we were struggling. So I'm grateful that Howard instilled that within me.
That's powerful. I appreciate you speaking to that and going a little bit beyond the conversation of cybersecurity, because at the end of the day, it all ties in together. Just the importance of HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities, the role that they play in uplifting and providing upward mobility to other Black Americans and minorities throughout this country. So I really appreciate you sharing that story and speaking to how Howard has impacted your life for the better, and it shows in the advocacy that you do throughout with your current organization and that team that you have over there. So shout out to BCA and all the great things that you all are doing. So a lot of great things are happening. You just kind of spoke about how you developed this passion for cybersecurity. Right now in the present, what other things are you passionate about? Like, what should we be looking out for? What are you most excited about that's coming down the pipeline?
So, out. So you said what other things outside of cyber?
Yes, whether it's outside of cyber or within the cyber realm that you're working on, that you're most passionate about, and what you're excited about right now.
So, and I want to say it. I am really, really passionate about, and you spoke to this a little bit earlier. I am super. If there's something that's super exciting to me, is that I am literally seeing people who look like, talk like, and act like me, who are passionate, who actually want to do this, and it's not just. And don't get me wrong, it brings tears to my eyes to see our youth being enthusiastically excited about it. But it's not just the youth. It's like the those who have been nurses for 10 years wanting to try their hand at cybersecurity, those who have doctorate degrees in education. It was like, you know what? I want to be a cybersecurity analyst now, and you know what? You can do that. I'm glad. It's like I'm trying. I come in like a military recruiter. I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to tell. It's super, super exciting because I feel like in the past we almost felt trapped in one field of study, especially if we had like some sort of doctorate degree, master's degree, bachelor's degree. We felt like it was a one track. Oh, I have this degree now, I can't do it. And now everyone's like saying, you know what? This seems like a very rebellious generation, and everyone's realizing that those are artificial cages, and that if I feel like being a cybersecurity analyst, and I'm 60 years old, I can do that. And yes. Yes, Black Queen, you can. And you know what? We finna help you do it.
No, I'm loving this. We're totally on the same page with, and I love the analogy that you use, these artificial cages that we tend to put ourselves in because we believe, oh, that's super technical, a lot of science, a lot of different math. I'm coming from this social science liberal background. How do I fit within this realm of cybersecurity? And exactly like you said, like just break out of that artificial cage and free yourself and say, hey, I could do this. If I have an interest in it, all I gotta do is just put in the work. And there are organizations like BCA that exist for this reason, to help navigate you from whether you're being a nurse for 20 years and you want to make that pivot to wherever. So I'm so excited. And that's something I'm also excited about because as a student advisor on my end of things in the undergraduate program, I've encountered several students who are coming from the most random backgrounds you can ever think of, from the medical field, from music, and they are excelling, succeeding, and they're walking away out of our applied cybersecurity certificate program with six-figure job offers and stock options, and it's amazing. I don't think people realize that transitioning into the cybersecurity realm is almost like kind of like signing that contract in the NFL or in the NBA. It's just as impactful and just as exciting. You're like, I've never seen this much money amount in my life, but this is definitely making a change and building that wealth and closing that wealth gap, thankfully and hopefully in the future. So For sure. Excited about similar things and to see how far it goes as far as getting more people, especially young people, in regardless of age, into this cool field that's forever growing, changing, and then evolving.
And I wanted to say thank you so much, Miss Delisha Hodo, for everything that you're like. I feel like you always putting the emphasis to shine on everybody else. But I did want to say in front of everybody that like I am like maybe I'm not sure how political it is to say, but SANS is lucky to have you. Like you were you were doing a amazing job, and I'm just like wow, like it's almost too good to be true to have someone like you working for an institution like this. Like it's like I so I just wanted to say that like I just wanted to make sure I said we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea how much that means to me, and all I can do is keep pressing forward and us at SANS to keep pushing the bill forward as well. The whole diversity task force team, our SANS HBCU committee, we're committed to it, and we're going to continue to push it through action and our different initiatives like this live stream and highlighting someone as great as you. So thank you. I appreciate that so much. And that's a great segue. Diving into how does BCA fit into this narrative and this effort of diversifying cybersecurity? You've won one of the grants, um, got a good amount of money from that. So, what's some efforts that you all continuously to push through that people may not know about, or you really want to put some emphasis on and make sure they understand? Hey, when you come to BCA, this is what to expect. This is what we're trying to push forward.
So so I want to say that like how do I I want to say diversifying the workforce is literally the reason why we exist. It's hard to make it doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter what our age is. It doesn't matter how competent you are. We're not built to survive and thrive on our own. We are interdependent people who depend on people in order to ascend. You know what I'm saying? So this is what how this is. I feel like this is where we fit in the conversation. We want to make sure that we provide a place where people can lean on others in order to make themselves greater. But I don't know how else to say it besides that, and I want to say that as far as like the grant monies that we've secured two grants within our first year, and due to like the overwhelming generosity of people who understand the problems, and empathize with them, despite the fact that they might have different paths. So I think that, and so I'm just grateful that we had the opportunity to work with to kind of to work with both sides of the equation and to bring them together. Or our goal is to bring more, just to bring more more disadvantaged. We're not. It's more so about being disadvantaged than it is about the amount of melanin in someone's skin. It's unfortunately we've noticed that a lot of disadvantaged people tend to have a certain amount of melanin in their skin. So that's the only reason that would that that's the connection for for us, and we want to make sure that we're always utilizing any sort of grant funding to kind of like pipeline people into advantageous spaces economically.
And thank you. And with BCA, just to make it clear to those out there who may want to join BCA, it's not just open to those who identify as Black, but as you said, those who identify as having a disadvantage and needing that support and that organization, group feel of a family to get into the field of cybersecurity.
Abs- Absolutely, and I do want to make sure that that's one thing I probably emphasize the most. This is not like, don't get me wrong. Of course, it's we're 501c3. Of course, we got the paperwork and all the official stuff. But at the end of the day, like, we're a family. You know what I'm saying? We're brothers and sisters. This is BCA. We try to go for the cookout vibe. And that's what made the organizations that I don't know if anyone else is a part of NESB, or if anyone else has gone like how many HBCU alumni we have in the room. I know we got Delisha in the building. I'm not sure if anyone's in the chat from like FAMU, the Aggies, wherever they from where maybe Spelman, Morehouse, Jackson, wherever you from, man. The cookout. It's the cookout. It's the cookout. Of course, we're professionals, but it's the cookout.
I mean, everybody loves a good cookout, so why not join it for sure. Well, this has been a great conversation. I've enjoyed speaking with you, learning more about what BCA is doing, sharing it out with the world. Thank you so much for taking time out to chat with us again and sharing your story. And for those watching who would like to follow your journey, I know you want them to find you through the BCA, but also any other places everyone can follow the journey and learn more about BCA.
Absolutely. I will drop our website. And how do I drop? Can I drop the website in the chat?
Yes.
Oh, you already have it at the bottom of the screen. I see it.
Yes. Have it at the bottom of the screen as well, but we'll also put it in the chat for those who are engaging with us. We got a lot of BCA love, so.
Thank you so much for having us. We truly appreciate it. I'm trying to tell you, we see all the wonderful work that SANS is doing. Especially it's like for the Black community, it's heartwarming. it's heartwarming. So thank you so much once again for having us.
It's no problem. Again, you all, please make sure you join BCA to learn more. Check out Darold and all the great work that their team is doing, their organization, and it's been a pleasure for you all joining us, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week.
Bye, everybody.